Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are doing well. So today we will be discussing some of the important long answer type question of IRC history. So let's get started. Question number 1. Write a note on the problem of refugees and their rea- rehabilitation after partition of the country. Answer: the partition of India gave birth to many problems, in which the most difficult task was the violence, communal riots, that broke out with the partition. The problem of care and rehabilitation of about 6 million refugees who came to India after looting everything. After August 15, 1947, violence broke out on both sides of the border. It is difficult to say who took the initiative. Probably all this was the result of the direct action of the League in August 1946 in Calcutta. Sorry. For this, the Sikhs blamed the Muslims and the Muslims blamed the Sikhs and the Hindus. This fire of violence was already burning in Bengal and East Pakistan. In this way, the India of 1947 was completely engulfed in the flames of communal holocaust. Communal carnage and bloodshed between brothers continued. Inhuman atrocities were committed on minorities both in India and Pakistan. Within a few months, about 5 lakh people were killed and property worth billions was either looted or destroyed. The movement the movement of minorities continued for a long period. According to the 1951 census, the total population of displaced people was 74.80 lakhs, in which there were 49.05 lakh people from West Pakistan and 25.75 lakh people from East Pakistan. By December 1957 AD, the number of displaced people coming from East Pakistan increased to 14.16 lakhs, 41.16 lakhs. The number of refugees coming to India kept on increasing. The beginning of In the beginning of 1950 AD, the number of refugees coming from East Pakistan was around 10,000 per month. Because communal violence was continuing there till that time, Prime Minister of India on 8 April 1950, after the agreement between Jawaharlal Nehru and Pakistan's Prime Minister Liaquat Ali Khan, the number of refugees decreased. According to a report of the Government of India, non-Muslims from towns and villages near the India-Pakistan border started coming to India in small unorganized groups from the end of August and the beginning of September in 1947. Later, when a Pakistani army started helping the Muslim groups, these groups now started a long journey of 150 miles from fertile areas of Layalpur and Montgomery in large groups of about 30,000 to 40,000. From September 18 to October 29, 1947, in 42 days, 24 non-Muslim groups totaling 8,49,000 came to India. These convoys were accompanied by hundreds of bullock carts and animals. These people leaving for India in groups created innumerable difficult and complex problems for the Government of India. When there was a shortage of water and food, the government had to supply food, sugar, etc. to them through the Air Force. Medicines, vaccines, and a team of doctors went to the destination by motor and aeroplane. These people groups were often attacked on the way, due to which there was a lot of loss of life and property. Children and women were abducted. Pakistani government and services used to conduct unauthorized searches of these people and used to take away their remaining money. These unfortunate people also had to bear the brunt of nature during their journey. Hundreds of people died on the way due to sleeping under the open sky and heavy rains, etc. This here it is written Karwa, but we can say this as troops. These troops of looted people somehow managed to reach India. At the time of this crisis, the railways did commendable work and made excellent arrangements for the travel of the people. By the end of November 1947, the movement of refugees coming from Pakistan had almost ended. According to an estimate, about 80 lakh people crossed the border and came to India. During this period of violence and incest, thousands of women were robbed of their dignity. Many young women ended their lives by jumping into wells. Thousands of girls were forcibly stopped by people from both sides. Arranging food, clothing, and rehabilitation of these millions of people who came to India was indeed a challenging task for any new nation. The Hindus and Sikhs who came from Pakistan were mostly small traders, and those who migrated from here to Pakistan were mostly laborers and artisans. It was difficult for both these classes of people to find work in the new country because people were already engaged in work and other occupation here. Lakhs of people settled in Delhi and surrounding areas. They were also settled in other parts of India. These refugees greatly influenced the social, economic, and cultural life of Delhi. Haryana and western Uttar Pradesh, the government of India formed a new department, the Rehabilitation Department, at the center and did commendable work for the help and inhabitation of the refugees. Employment arrangements were made for them. The property and land that Muslims had left India was distributed among these people. It took years and the government spent crores of rupees to solve this gruesome problem of rehabilitation. Nevertheless, by 1951 AD, the problem of rehabilitation of refugees from West Pakistan was completely resolved, and these refugees also got integrated into the Indian society. But the problem of resettlement of refugees from East Pakistan was more serious because the exodus of Hindus from there continued because the exodus of Hindus from there continued till years after partition. Fifth note of musical scale 6, and Hindus coming from Pakistan fled to India at once in 1947, whereas Hindus in East Pakistan stayed there till the early years of 1948, hoping for the situation to settle. But when riots started breaking out continuously, Hindus started migrating from there and they kept coming to India every year till 1971 AD. Providing livelihood and shelter to these refugees became a long and difficult task. Lakhs of refugees coming from West Pakistan were settled in Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, and Rajasthan by giving property and land of Muslims who went to Pakistan from India, but the situation was not so simple in West Bengal. Due to the similarity of language, it was easy for Punjabi and Sindhi refugees to settle in Himachal Pradesh, Haryana, Western Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, and Delhi. But the Bengali speaking refugees from East Pakistan could be settled only in Bengal or to some extent in Assam and Tripura. As a result, the pressure of population on agriculture increased tremendously, and people now ran towards cities and towns for their livelihood and were forced to adopt low class life. We are moving to next question. Question number 2. It is throw light on integration of princely states in India after independence. Answer: in the Indian Independence Bill passed by the British Parliament in 1947, there was a provision regarding the Indian states that all treaties, agreements, etc., which are between His Majesty's government and the administrators of the Indian states will all come to an end. Royal titles and styles, the words Emperor of India shall be omitted. Indian princely states shall be permitted to accede to either India or Pakistan. In the national provision government formed on September 3, 1946, Sardar Vallabh Patel was given the Department of Princely States. His main assistant was V.P. Menon. The king had every right to merge their territory with anyone in India or Pakistan as per their wish. But one thing was clear, that it was very difficult to remain independent now. The means of communication, railroad, telegraph, post, electricity of most of the princely states were so messed up in the Indian province that there was only one way left for them, that was to join the rest of India. India inherited a fragmented country. At the time of independence, the number of princely states in India was 562, which was spread over 48% of the territory of India. The first challenge before India was the integration of these princely states. On June 27, 1947, a state department was formed for the integration of the princely state, headed by Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Patel merged these princely states into the Union of India with his foresight, political understanding, and diplomacy. But there were three princely states who refused to join the Union. These three princely states were Hyderabad, Junagadh, and Jammu and Kashmir. The Nizam of Hyderabad was daydreaming of re-establishing an Islamic state in India. He kept on secret talks with Pakistan and kept collecting weapons, but on September 13, 1948, after the action of the police, the Nizam signed the merger letter. Similarly, most of the population of Junagadh was Hindu, while the ruler was a Muslim. Public opinion expressed a desire to join India, and after pressure from Patel, the Nawab fled to Pakistan and Junagadh joined the Republic of India. Jammu and Kashmir refused to join the Indian Union despite the efforts of Lord Mountbatten and Gandhiji. When the Pakistani army invaded Kashmir in the guise of Kaibilis, Maharaja Hari Singh of Kashmir sent his Prime Minister to Delhi to sign the instrument of accession. India took military action in Kashmir on the condition of peace, and formal merger of Kashmir was done in India. But even today, Kashmir remains a matter of serious dispute between India and Pakistan. The integration and merger of the princely states under the able leadership of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel was the result of his untiring efforts and diplomacy. For his great work, he is called the Iron Man of India. The merger of these princely states into the Indian political and administrative structure was not only a matter of time, but was also logical in many cases. Some of the princely states were so small that it was not possible for them to continue as separate administrative units. They were merged into the attached provinces. For example, 39 princely states in Odisha were merged into Odisha province, and many small princely states of Chhattisgarh were merged into Central province. Similarly, many princely states of Gujarat state were merged in Bombay province, and 61 other princely states were merged to form union territories. Not only the government of India was responsible for the merger of these princely states in India, but the local people and the political parties were also playing a big role. The public was seeing that the new constitution in the Indian provinces, the process of formation of which had started in November 1946 AD, in which the basic rights of the people were described. There was a provision of a good series of courts, and there was a system of running the administration by elected representatives. Compared to that, there was nothing like it in the administration to the public. For this reason, the pressure of the local public was also the main reason for integration and merger. The unification of India was not complete until the possessions of France and Portugal were completely merged in India. The French government, showing understanding in this matter, adopted a cooperative attitude, and in November 1954 itself handed over its three Indian territories, Pondicherry near Chennai, Chandranagar near Calcutta, and Mahe on the west coast near Calicut, to India. But Portugal's taking a stubborn stand, the government refused to merge Goa, which was under the Portuguese government, with the Indian Union. The Portuguese government believed that since Goa was part of the metropolitan area of Portugal, they would not be affected by the British and French giving up their territories in India, while India's argument was that these areas are symbols of imperialism and their merger in India is absolutely necessary. So some unarmed Indians also tried to do satyagraha on the borders of Gora, but they were killed by Portuguese soldiers. This action of the government of India could not be tolerated, and the satyagrahis were forcefully called back by intervention. When all the diplomatic efforts of the government of India failed, the government in India started military action in Goa, and on 19 December 1961, after 14 years of independence, Goa, Daman and Diu merged all the three regions with India. No foreign power and even the United Nations did not try to intervene. That's all guys for today. Thank you so much for watching my video. We will be coming back with some more important long answer type questions of IRC history itself. So stay tuned with us and do like, share and subscribe to my channel as well for more updated videos. Thank you so much guys. Have a nice day.